There we go. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Christian Ballard, coming at you live with something that I kind of made up. I don't know. I call it a drop-in show because it's not call-in, but I dropped the link. You can come on in. I see my boy Mayhem Matthew says he's checking in. Good to see you. Don't forget, Touchdown Tuesdays on Monday nights. Just kidding. It's in the name, Tuesdays every week. So we've done a great job with that so far. But I went ahead and dropped the link. Anyone wants to come on, feel free to. We have SEC spring meetings this week. And I was reading something from Vols 247. I'm going to share this with you guys. From the Vols 247 of stuff that Josh Heupel had to say. He's had to say some interesting stuff this week. Here's what he said on the challenge of SEC opponents now having seen Tennessee's offense and having a better grasp of how to defend the Vols offense. I think you've always got to consistently evolve. Some of that's based on your personnel. As you get deeper into playing teams, they're going to change, and how you're going to attack them is going to change. But for sure, you guys continue to evolve. So I'll tell you what, I got to give, and I don't do this often, I got to give Volunteers and Coach Josh Heupel a lot of credit. I think they found their guy. Not the guy that's going to win them a title or the SEC, although if he continues on the path that he's on right now, who knows what he could do. I think the sky's the limit. But let's start slow and realistic here. I really think that Josh Heupel has the right mindset to coach. I don't think he's fooling around. I don't think he's, pulling any, crap. I think that I think he's serious. I think he's the guy for Tennessee. He had a lot of other things to say. He talked about Hendon Hooker here. He said, for Hendon, such a different year in that he's truly confident and comfortable in his own skin, but understands and knows that he's the leader of the offensive side of the football and really our entire football team. So he's gained great confidence in his voice. Some of that is just being the guy. Some of it is because of the way that he played. He talked a lot about Hendon Hooker being the quarterback for the Volunteers. Tennessee's recruiting pretty interestingly too, by the way, underneath Coach Heupel. Let's see what he said about recruiting here. He said, a year ago at this time, we were just starting to get kids on our campus for the first time, and you could talk to them about a culture and energy and what we're going to look like on the football field, but there's nothing like actually seeing it. A year from last year, it's so different. There is tangibleness to how we're going to play offensively, defensively, and special teams. The culture and energy and vibe between players and coaches alike inside the building, they've got a chance to see that firsthand. So they are recruiting pretty good too, by the way. Let's take a look at where they are in terms of the team rankings real quick. They are currently number 9 for next year's class. And I know it's irrelevant right now, but they got a 5-star quarterback. Nicholas, you can see him right here. I'm Levia. It looks like his last name is Amalevia, which how funny would it be if that's his name and he did leave Tennessee and kind of left the balls hanging? That'd be something. I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to make this a whole show about Tennessee. You got Malachi Nelson, by the way, going to USC, at least at this point. Keon Keeley is a 5-star edge, the top defender in the class. He's projected Notre Dame. That's what he's committed to. So there is that. Let's see here. Northwestern has 16 commits, 15 3-stars. Northwestern. Tennessee's got a 5-star. We looked at USC the other day. Who else has some 5-stars we could get into? Alabama finally has a 5-star commit in the class. I'm trying to remember who we – Jaleel Hurley is a corner. He's a defensive back. He's really good. We looked at him last. We probably could go back and clip that for you guys. I want to see what all these teams are doing, actually. Florida's at 36, so they're at least the top 40. Clemson's just outside the top 30. Do you think the impact with guys like Tony Elliott, but especially Brent Venables leaving, you think that definitely plays a big role in Dabo Swinney and his recruiting at Clemson, even though he's got Brandon Streeter as the offensive coordinator now? It just makes you wonder. Aaron Gates, Najee Harris? Hold on. What? Y'all remember Najee Harris, who's with the Steelers? Okay, there's a player on this list. If I'm reading it right, that says Najee. He's an interior offensive lineman. Najee's from California. He's from Bradenton at IMG Academy. 6'3", 335. That's a good pickup. Let's see. Some 3-stars. Bryce Lovett, Tyree Patterson, a wide receiver, Creed Whitmore on the defensive side. I'm excited. Look, if you're a Gator fan out there, hear me out. If you're a Florida Gator fan, I would advise you to get very excited. I would advise you to get excited about the recruiting. I would advise you to get excited that you have a coach that knows what he's doing. Dan Mullen, here's the thing. I think Dan Mullen, I don't want to say he didn't care about coaching football, but he is more of a pro-style guy anyway. He didn't care about recruiting or doing the work to build up a program. That's fair. Now, Billy Napier is a different story. He came in, I remember hearing his introductory press conference. He says he wants to build an elite program. He wants to make Florida. He wants the goal for Florida and Billy Napier should be competing with Georgia year in and year out. And I know Georgia fans want to sit out there and say, oh, they're not going to compete with us. They can't touch this. They blah, blah, blah. I get it. I understand. Georgia is not, well, I guess now they are. Because I think because of Dan Mullen's recruiting, it kind of fell off. I think the gap is a little closer than people expect it to be. But it's so I'm trying to think of how I want to put this. Georgia is miles ahead of Florida right now. They already got a national championship. Florida hasn't won one since 2008, 2007, whenever it was. And Georgia's more set up for the East and going to Atlanta on a regular basis. But hear me out. If there is a team that can overcome them on a regular basis every once in a while, and Dan Mullen did pull it off in 2020, but going forward, if you ask me, can Billy Napier do that if he continues his recruiting? Yes. Actually, I think so. I think Billy Napier did really good at Louisiana. Now, what is Louisiana? Are they a Sun Belt? It doesn't matter. The Raging Cajuns were a great school. He wasn't fired there. He left and took the offer at Florida, and I think it was a good move. Now, this is the SEC. You got to step your game up. I'm excited to see what year one has in store. If they don't have to beat Utah week one, but if they can keep it close and keep it competitive, I think that's a momentum builder for this season for them, but overall just for the program. If Florida can at minimum finish an 8-4 record this year, I think that's something. I mean, look at what they got already in the next year's class. Aaron Gates is a 4-star athlete, the 18th in his position. They got the 18th overall interior offensive lineman. I know it's so weird to see this, and when I look at it, trust me personally, I say, well, that's not that big of a deal. That's right there in the middle. But for Florida, I'm telling you, they're recruiting in state too. They got a couple IMG guys. Right, Trinity Christian School is a big one in Georgia. They took that athlete for Florida's level. Dan Mullen will not have these guys. I credit Billy Napier. I give him props. Gotta applaud him. And I think it's a starting point. Didn't they get Kamari Wilson? Remember, is it? Yeah, I think Kamari Wilson could have chose between Alabama and Georgia. He picked up the Florida hat, and that was right after. I think it was right there when Billy Napier got hired. I don't know if he met with him. I don't know what happened. But Billy Napier is a guy that can recruit and get it back and going for the Florida Gators. My personal opinion, of course. But let's hear from you guys in the comments about that. But I really think that this is a starting point to get Florida back to where they need to be on a consistent level of competing in the SEC and competing with Georgia and Kirby Smart. Drop the StreamYard link. Anyone's welcome on. Dabo is still going to recruit at a high level. I wouldn't doubt for the 23 class if it was top 5, top 10. Oh, I agree. He's still going to recruit. I don't think Clemson's falling off. They're down. They just have to for Clemson, they just got to get back with the coaching. I don't think it's Dabo, but they got to get their offense together, and they'll be good. Look at this. This is still on Florida. These are their prospects. They're warm to get Cormani McClain, warm on a 5-star like A.J. Harris, warm on Tony Mitchell, who hasn't exactly committed yet, but that's someone Alabama's looking to get. Malik Bryant out of Orlando. Florida's got a chance with some of these guys. For sure. Mayhem says Florida is at least 2 years away from really competing with Georgia. What Kirby has built at UGA is something special. Honestly, 2 years is being generous. Yeah, I mean, it's not light years away. I normally just kind of pull it out my rear end and just say a year or two away. I would agree if it's 2 or 3, honestly. But it comes down to recruiting. I think Billy Napier, he built up some good offensive lines at Louisiana and produced a guy or two in the NFL. Surely he can help Anthony Richardson out at quarterback. The defensive side of the ball, we'll see. But surely he could do some big things at Florida. Give me 1 second. That light glare is killing me. Hold on. Billy Napier couldn't out recruit Kirby. That's facts. I would agree there. Dude, at this point, there's nobody. It's Saban and Kirby in recruiting. It's Saban and Kirby in recruiting, and that's that. Jimbo, look, I'm not going to get into the whether or not he bought the players that he did. But he signed the number one class. But it starts, I think, with Nick Saban and then Kirby Smart. Hey, what's up, Video Tracks Fanatic Rules 2.0? Says elephants are microwaves. Oh, my God. Okay. You're entitled to your opinions. Elephants are microwaves. That's weird. Drop the StreamYard link. Anyone's welcome on. I probably could have done this a little later. I mean, it's almost 5:00. It doesn't look like anybody's really live. Jacksonville Jaguars and Go Ducks for Oregon football.
The football coach and the athletic director at the time that he hired me. And
The Firebomb show's back on. Let's see who's going to pick up. Who's on the phone line, Paul? Hold on. I could do this. Like I could react to the Firebomb show with you guys, right? Sydney and Florida. Anyway. You always hope for there's this one Firebomb caller named Cat Daddy. I always hope for him. He's always calling Paul from Columbia, South Carolina, and he runs a liquor store and he sells like this like palmetto moonshine. I tried to call in Mayhem. I tried to look live on YouTube. I did try to call in because I love talking to Paul. He knows who I am. Hold on. It's going to beep at me because the circuits are busy. Phone is not on a registered network. What the? Yes, it is. Let me try this again. Let me see. I don't have any signal, any bars on my phone for some reason. I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is not having any trouble, it doesn't look like. No cell signal. I can't call in, Matthew. Sorry, bud. Let's take a look. Like I said, I'm still Number one thing on my Christmas list this year, if I don't get it by then, I want a microphone. Big time. Whoa, that one's cool. Take a look at these. Forgot to pay the phone. I don't know. Man. Check this out. Is that not cool or what right here? This red one. That's awesome. I don't mind even a small one like this, but I've looked at one. Hold on. I've looked at one like this, and I've seen like a blue one, that big one right there that's kind of popping up. I've looked at some like that. It's got like a little filter, a pop filter, I think is what they call it, which I learned about that a few weeks back when I did a professional voice recording, which is where's that picture at? Let me see. That's where this one came from. And this one, I did like a professional voice. This is what I had set up was a really professional microphone here, and I'm using a pop filter. So it can like filter and not make it so loud, and it can adjust the sound a little bit. This one has a little condense pop filter here. This one looks dope, but it's probably not the best one you could get. It just looks cool. USB microphone. Oh my gosh. Look how tiny this is. Let me check the comments. Roll Tide, what's up, Jeff? How you doing? Good to see you, man. Good to see Jeff in here. It's got a shock mount, this one that I'm looking at, which I've seen it in like a blue color. And it's only $25, but like you can get good quality microphones off Amazon for a really good price. This one here is $25. Just get a simple one like I have for $100 just to start. I've seen your microphone. It looks very cool. But like I'm saying, I mean, you can get some for like $25 off Amazon. Like there are some really good deals out there. Something to invest in. I need baseball games on. Okay, he hung up on someone. Let's see. Take my call. Let's see. I got a bar. Line busy. You suck. The line is busy. So, I don't know. So let's see what some latest news is with these SEC meetings, because I think the SEC meetings, I always forget about them in Destin, Florida. But what they have is, it's all the coaches and it's Commissioner Sankey. Mostly Sankey, though, and it's everything to do with the SEC, what their plans are going forward, the teams, scheduling, right? So here's something from 247 Sports. Let's see. how future scheduling pod system could look with Texas and Oklahoma via Brad Crawford of 247 Sports posted 2 days ago. Let's see. SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey spoke on his league potentially eliminating divisions earlier this month and how that would look when Texas and Oklahoma enter the conference very soon. There's a widespread belief that the Longhorns and Sooners will be SEC members by the 2023 season, which could also bring forth major scheduling changes, including a pod system idea. This is a quote from Greg Sankey. He said, well, almost a year-long conversation when we got to 16 teams, what divisions would look like or what our schedule would look like via Josh Schaefer of Yahoo Finance. He said, those possibilities include no divisions. It's on our list. We're not going to do it in a knee-jerk way. The divisions work really well for us, but when we got to 16, that possibility is front and center for the SEC unless the sentiment of our league changes greatly. The division format works, and when we go to 16, that would be the time for an adjustment. So here's the thing. Okay, here's what we know. We know what's going to happen in the sense that Mayhem, you got on? Oh, yeah. There you go. I got the show on, buddy. Okay. Where was I? Yes. Back to this. We know that it's going to expand. We know Texas and Oklahoma are going to come over to the SEC. We're going to have 16 teams. Nobody's leaving out. So if it's going to expand, the question is when. Because, I mean, they're saying 23, 24, right? Or the 2025 season, actually. So we know when. But the question, the real question is, how are we going to expand this? How are we going to get them in and keep it? They want, and it comes down to this, they want Oklahoma and Texas to be on the same side because of the Red River rivalry. They want them both in the West or both in the East. You can't have that because you would have to move two teams over or one team over. How would you, like, if you take two away to put two in, I guess that makes sense there. And you would have 8 teams in 2 divisions. So it's just so much to take in. It's so much to comprehend with this. But I can't even find the words. I'm having a hard time. The pod system would be 4 different divisions. It'd be like a north, south, east, and west. And I don't know exactly where the teams will be, but if it's pods, no divisions, or still 2 divisions, Texas and Oklahoma will still be on the same side. That's the bottom line there, right? Now Sankey said, unless the sentiment of our league changes greatly, the division format works, and when we got to 16 or go to 16, that would be the time for an adjustment. So if he's saying that's the time for an adjustment when you hit 16 teams in the conference, which we're fixing to have in 2025, adjustment for what? Switching up the divisions or going to a 4-pod system or getting rid of the divisions. There's like one of 2, really one of 3 that could take place. Number one, you put them in the SEC, and you readjust the divisions to keep them together. Number two, you get rid of the divisions and keep it like the Big 12 or something. Or number three, you go to a 4-pod system, with like I don't know what they would do, but pod 1, pod 2, pod 3, pod 4, north, south, east, west. I don't know what you would call them. But there's so much work to do. There's so much that Greg Sankey knows will have to be done that they'd have to adjust for Texas and Oklahoma. So it's just going to be interesting to see how it all unfolds. All we know is that they will come over in 2025. I've heard rumors say it could even be next year. But at the very least, no later than 2025, they should come over to the SEC. And there's going to be a lot of different changes. And let's just say the SEC will not be the same going forward. Let's see if Matthew gets on. What's up, Cody? How you doing? Mayhem Matthew, if you're still watching, wait for the beep. Mayhem Matthew's on hold. I'm going to go throw this out. Hold on. I want to know what Mayhem Matthew's going to say. Good, it's over. The feud between Jimbo and Saban at this moment, apparently Jimbo Fisher says, back off, it's over, it's done, we're good. Whew. I thought this would be the whole offseason. He says, we got college football to look forward to. He said, we got college football to look forward to. We can't be fighting all offseason. Cody Hankins says, did I see Georgia's new helmet? Did they get a new helmet? Are you serious? No. Oh my gosh. That's too good. Yeah. Y'all gotta see this. I'm jealous for them. Look at this. Georgia unveils new uniform and helmet amidst wave of recruiting visit. Look, oh my God. No. I'm sorry, man. I know they won the title. I got to give them the credit they deserve. Congrats on winning the championship over Alabama. This, oh my God. Whew. That's dope. That's pretty dope. Wow. That's pretty cool, Cody. I know you're an Alabama fan too. Roll Tide to you, but that is dope. Oh my goodness. And here's their recruiting visit. So, they got Arch Manning visiting this week too. By the way, Georgia has a new helmet. They got, I mean, look, Georgia deserves this offseason. Y'all earned it. Y'all learned it. I mean, how many times did we talk about Kirby Smart making the playoffs or trying to get back? When's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? This past season was destiny for you guys. You deserve the offseason that you're getting. And I give you guys credit. And now you're going out, you're making a new helmet, and that looks so cool. I mean, we talk so much about online and custom fan-made helmet designs. Y'all actually pulled this off. Whoo! Man. I'm going to put a link in the chat for you guys here. This is awesome. Georgia deserves this offseason they're getting. And this is a cool part of it here. It'd be interesting to see. Man. Can Alabama, I mean, no, you don't screw. See, Alabama's very traditional. Georgia, I guess, isn't too traditional here. They said, screw it. Let's make a new helmet here. That is awesome. I do like their traditional red and black, like this helmet here. That one. I like that. This, I love. Man. Do you think Alabama changes uniform? I don't think we will. I don't think we should. I'm not. See, don't get new uniforms. Although I will say this, Cody, for Alabama's uniform changes, I'd like to see a little bit more gray. It would be cool. Like, could they make gray and crimson helmets? Can we do that? Can we pull this off? Let's go. I would see Jeff Webster. I think I saw him in the comments earlier. I don't know if he's still watching. He'd kill me in that. But no, I don't think Alabama changes anything about their uniforms. Saban won't let it. Saban won't. But it'd be cool to get a new helmet design and concept. It would be. That is awesome for Georgia. I'm happy for them. That's awesome. That looks so cool. Oh, here you go. Hypothetical pod system scheduling for the SEC. Talked about at the SEC spring meetings. Sankey said pod system scheduling. This is 247 Sports still. Sankey said pod system scheduling won't be done in a knee-jerk way, and the 16 teams would certainly bring the idea front and center to league discussions. That's happening soon. That's happening soon is expected to be discussed this week and could eventually include stellar matchups depending on how things shake out. So here you go. Pod A. This is one of the first pods hypotheticals that they had last summer. 4 pods. Here's what you have. Pod A, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, and South Carolina. Okay. Pod B, Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee, and Vandy. Pod C, LSU, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Texas A&M. Pod D, Arkansas, Mizzou, and Texas and Oklahoma. Notice what they did was they kept and protected the main rivalries. That's very important. Am I for a pod system? Actually, I kind of like that idea. And like I said, too, the 2 different ways you could do it, or there's 3 ways. You could get rid of the divisions, which I hope they don't, because I do think winning a division, well, take that back. I'd be lying, because I did say that I think if you did take away the divisions, you literally could get the 2 best teams in the conference championship, right? Regardless, instead of having to win a division, just win the most conference games of anybody else. The pod system, you would have a postseason for the SEC after your 12 game or 13 game, I guess. They probably extend it, regular season schedule. And you'd have a SEC Final Four is what you would have. And I don't see a problem with that. I really don't. I think it's cool. I think it's interesting to have, but again, we'll have to wait and see. I see you back there, Jeff. I'll get you on here. I mean, look, if they go to pods, go for it, I guess. But I will say I am pretty traditional with college football, and there's some things that I think shouldn't be changed, but there's also some things you just can't avoid, like changing of scheduling and conferences. What's up, Jeff?
Good afternoon.
You doing all right?
A reading from the book of Traditions.
Yep.
Chapter 3. And the gods did gather, and they looked upon the realm that they had created, and they said amongst themselves, we shall set apart those chosen few, those traditionalist few, and woe will come to any who in their house should on a whim change their appearance. For behold, we have spoken, and tradition is tradition, so shall it be. Roll Tide. Let Georgia and the other pussy programs screw around with their uniforms. Let Oregon and let everybody else. You know what they are? They're whores. They're whores. They're prostitutes. They're doing this for money. They're doing it for money. You change to a white helmet. You know why? Because now you can go sell a whole bunch of hats and shirts and posters and jerseys and everything with the new look on it. It's a whore.
I guess that's one way of looking at it. I hope and I pray that we don't. I mean, all I said was it'd be cool to have a little bit of like more gray, because I know that's one of our colors for Big Al and everything. But traditionally speaking, I love it how it is now, and it should not change.
It took me 4 months to recover from having the last names put on the back of the back of the jerseys.
You didn't take that well either.
No, I didn't like that at all. But I realized there was nothing stopping it. That was a train that had gone down the road. It was just going to happen.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing I can see, 92 was the 100th anniversary of football at Alabama.
Right.
So, you get to the year 100, you get to some milestone or something like that. You want to put like a decal on the helmet or something like that, like a little sticker on the back of the helmet.
Yeah.
Something like that. Oh, okay. Maybe put a decal on the over the heart on the jersey or something like that. But you don't change the base. You don't go to the white helmet with the red letters, with the red numbers, like they used to have. Right. You don't change the crimson. You stay ice over ice. It's not white over white. It's ice. Ice over ice for the alternate uniforms. Crimson over white for the home uniforms. You don't mess with that. There's a lot of people that have said they'd like to see a helmet like once a year or once every blue moon. They'd wear a helmet that had either a script A on it or houndstooth to honor Bryant.
Yeah.
No. Bryant would roll over in his grave if you did something like that.
Yeah.
No, you are. Can you just hear Bear Bryant right now? can you just hear Coach Bryant saying, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
Changing the helmet to honor me? You want to honor?"
He said the houndstooth is mine. Back off.
Yeah, you want to honor me? Go win national championships. That's how you honor me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've done that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've never said Alabama's gotten what I would call a sexy uniform. I think they're bad. They're good ugly. There's good uglies. Penn State is a good ugly. Nebraska is a good ugly. Then there's bad uglies. Oregon is bad ugly.
Yeah.
You know, USC, I like USC at home when they got the ketchup and the mustard, the red over the yellow. But when they go on the road and they wear those yellow pants and the white top and the red helmet, they look like Ronald McDonald.
Right. What about Maryland? Maryland's helmets, I'm sorry, but the weird pattern, it just looks like a kindergarten drew a picture all over it.
Well, it's the state flag, so I know where they're coming from. I know where they got it. It's just kind of hideous.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Before it was state flag.
Before it was a block M that was tilted. It wasn't a straight up and down M. It was a block M, but it kind of had like a little tilt to it.
Yeah.
I think Marshall still has the block M, the straight up and down block M. Maryland's was like that, except it was like tipped 15 degrees.
Yeah.
You know, and nothing wrong with look, I like the Georgia red helmet with the black G and the white circle or the white oval. You know, the red G that they were wearing in the Natty. That to me, that's when I see that's Georgia. Okay.
Yeah.
When I see white Georgia or black Georgia, that's Georgia being silly. When I see Tennessee wearing gray with an orange tee, that's Tennessee being dumb. That's what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
You like the orange with the white tee. Not that we don't. I mean, we hate
The
Tennessee.
white with the orange tee. White with the orange tee, like it's always been.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know. That's just where we are today. It's all about looks. It's all about design.
I know. And the kids love it.
Right.
The players think it's cool because they're not my generation. They're not bought into, this is how it's always been. And it's although you can convince them of that. I would suspect that a kid who's on scholarship at Alabama is probably less inclined to see his uniform change. That matters less to him than a kid at Oregon who might have chosen Oregon because he gets to wear all these different. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
But if you go to Penn State, you know what you're going to wear. You know what you're going to look like. I mean, even Ohio State has messed with their look. They've messed with their helmet and they've gone with their glossy helmet. Notre Dame has too. Notre Dame's gold helmets now are this bright, shiny, sparkly gold, and they didn't used to be that way. They used to be an old gold that didn't sparkle, that didn't have a flash when the camera lens hit it. What do they call it? High gloss or whatever they call it now. They didn't used to look like that. They used to be kind of a just matte. Like matte, as MATTE. A matte old gold. Go look at Notre Dame playing Alabama in 1986, and go look at those helmets, or the '88 game, and then look at the Notre Dame helmets when we played them a couple of years ago in the semifinals. It's the same gold, but it's a different reflectivity.
That's an old one right there, right? It doesn't really have, I mean, it has reflection, but it doesn't have much of a sparkle to it.
Right. It's not high gloss. It's not metallic.
Yeah. This is today. This is like, which, and I get what you're saying though. Like the helmets today, they don't look bad. They look great, but traditionally, like there's so many helmets out
See,
there.
now look,
Like
now look at that. Now look at that. I want everybody to look at that helmet right now. That kid number 75. Look at the helmet he's got on.
yeah.
Okay. Now you tell me whether what he's wearing or the WV in West Virginia, which one of those is gold and which one of those is yellow. And you'll understand why I make fun of the left Virginia fans, and I call that clickbait piece of dirt yellow and navy guy and not what he wants to be called. Because that, what you're looking at right there, that is gold.
Cool. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, hold on. Matthew, I got your call, man. Did you call from South Carolina? I just paused it. Hold on. Let's listen to what Matthew called in to the Feinbaum show.
Feinbaum, okay.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see.
All right. I'm going to drop me out of here, Ballard. Drop me out.
All right. Yeah, let's listen to this. What did Matthew say?
Basically, what I'm saying is, the number two reason why Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher started was because Nick Saban lost 2 wide receivers in the national championship game. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. Oh, you did not. Are you kidding me?
That's something like in Kentucky. Always was a couple of good chuckles, right?
You did not, Matthew, you did not call in saying that the reason the feud started was because we lost 2 wide receivers. Get out of here, bro. Oh, my gosh. I'll have to go back. I listened to his podcast. I always go back and listen to it. I'll have to go back and hear the whole call, but remind me that's hour 3. So. Jump to live. The design on the shoulder pad looks like something my grandmother would have had on her furniture or towels. Are you talking about for Notre Dame there? That is, yeah. How have I never noticed the design on their shoulder pads? That's interesting. That's a Shamrock Series uniform that we showed, by the way. I'll drop the StreamYard link again. Matthew, you have time for Feinbaum. You got time to come on here, buddy. Anyone's welcome. Iman's on Twitter. Where's Iman?
I never blocked anybody on Twitter, but I'm thinking about changing that rule. It's going to start blocking everybody. We'll take a break. We're coming back right after this.
What can you expect from Naturals? 100% grass-fed, organic, free-range chicken, humanely raised pork.
I'll get another one of these out soon, by the way, the BSM NFL podcast. And don't forget about Season 5, the Unprofessional Sports Show, coming soon in August. Looking forward to it. I thought I had. Don't forget about the Touchdown Tuesday show.
If you don't answer me when I speak, I'm sorry, Mr. Handicap Man. I didn't mean to offend you.
Hold on. I want to get this off here. The Crimson Crane. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So what else is new, guys? We got the SEC spring meetings. College basketball was in the off season. Let's see what some scores are in MLB today. Twins fall to the Tigers 3-2. The Yankees are up on the Angels 6-1, top of the ninth. The Tampa Bay Rays getting back at it 3-1 over the Rangers, losing past few games or so. They've won a bit this week. Beat the Rangers yesterday in 11 innings. They lost to them on Tuesday. Four to 2 at the top of the eighth. The Blue Jays up on the White Sox, although it says it's a blackout on ESPN Plus. The Twins have put veteran Sonny Gray on the injured list because of a pectoral strain. They announced that this morning at 11:46 a.m. Central Time. He left Sunday's game against Kansas City in the seventh inning because of the injury. He's 3-1 on the year with a 2.4 ERA and 7 starts. He's their pitcher. They called up Yenier Cano, who made his major league debut on May 11th. The reliever has allowed 11 runs on 12 hits in 7.5 innings. So, let's see. Probably go for a few more minutes here. I'm not just going to be here live for the whole time. Last call. Anybody want to get on? Feel free to. Let's see. I did record a video last week about Clemson and their offense and if it could get back this year. And it had some technical issues and got lost. What a waste. I'm not even going to try it again, but we'll see. Do you guys think, for those watching, do you think Clemson gets back to it offensively? Brandon Streeter is the new offensive coordinator, and you got Clemson with DJ Uiagalelei. Chess Hall says Miami will win the ACC. I still don't know. I'm not at ACC previews yet, but pretty close. Hey, what's up, Michael? How you doing? What's up, Mike? Drop the StreamYard link. Anyone wants to come on? Augie in New Orleans is a great caller on the Fine Bomb Show. In case anyone's wondering how my channel got started, that man right there. And I also got to give credit to my mom, too. Hey, Mike, if you still want to be on, yeah, we're going to do the Big Ten. Let's see. We're going to do that next Thursday, if you're interested. It'll be a week from today. We're going to have conference week, Monday through Friday. And, Mike, if you want to do Big Ten and you're still on, let me know. Because I know you got a lot of great insight, and I know you're a Purdue fan. So if you're still interested, just let me know in the comments. But, yeah, let's go. I could use some help. We're going to do it next Thursday if that's okay. I'm thinking 5 Eastern. Could you do that? Just let me know. But yes, conference week is next week. And I'll come up. So what we're going to do is I'll have some questions for our guest about maybe some certain teams or just the conference as a whole. And, we'll kind of run off that. I basically will be interviewing the guest that want to, and we'll look at like who won the conferences last year, who the favorites are this year, maybe a schedule or two. We'll look at just overall, like who's doing what in recruiting. Conference week's going to be fun. I hope to make it an annual thing. Can we do it earlier? Because I have 2 games next Thursday. Are you talking about you want to do it a different day? Because we could start on we could do it on Monday if you need a different day, unless you're talking about let's see. Or I guess you're talking about you could do Thursday, but at a different time. Just let me know, Mike. Because we could do 2 or 3. Oh, you got the video? You're going to email it, Mayhem? That's awesome. You should just upload it to the channel. Yeah, Mike, you got me on I don't know if you got me on Facebook or Twitter. I think you got me on Twitter, but yeah, just send me a message later on and we'll get it straightened out. Conference week's gonna be good though. I'm nervous. I'm excited about it. I want to pull this off so badly. Am I working this summer? No. It's a complicated situation. I am trying to find a job though. There's a lot to explain, but it's nothing I need to share personally online. It's nothing bad, though. People help me find jobs. Check email. I got a notification here, bud.
Near the airport. They have a picture of the room. You can sleep. I'm just being fair here. All right. That what card uses or and you know what I want to say here, right? Is right from Hangout, or Biloxi, I can't remember. He was there. Yeah. I spoke at one of these towns once and sat next to Brett's late dad. Remind me of where we're at Marcus. I would tell you the story of the time I played golf.
Let's see. What did Matthew email me?
I don't mean to be rude here, but you know the moral of this story? I'm waiting for it. Okay. LSU needs to win enough games so they host their own first round, okay? I don't have to go to Hattiesburg and you have to find a hotel.
I'm in.
Okay, and we will have the chairman or the executive director of the Hattiesburg Chamber of Commerce on later to give you some other ideas of what to do for LSU baseball fans this weekend in Hattiesburg. We go to a baseball game, start the games. The games are on. I mean, these are not like one game. The game is off. The game starts tomorrow at 1 o'clock. They're on all day and all night. Just go to the ballpark, right?
Let me see.
And a hot dog and enjoy the greatest baseball tournament of the year. Am I right? Am I right? Mitch is up next. There you're at.
Nice. I'm excited for this summer, man. It's gonna be an awesome summer. But no, Jerry, I won't be working. What was I doing before? I got distracted because I signed up and I'm going to this leadership thing this summer. With my church. So I'm excited for that, man. I just got an email about it. Let's open when done. Alabama baseball did not have a good season. No, they did not. Wallace did, though. Wallace finished pretty good. Wallace softball won it all. Regionals, everything like that. All right, I'm going to check something out. Give me 1 second. I'm going to mute myself just in case.
Nick Saban did not win the national championship, and he wanted to hide the fact that UGA is your national champion of 2021, baby. And also,
oh my God, Matthew.
Number two reason why is because.
Can y'all hear this?
I just lost my train of thought, Paul, but it's okay.
That's okay.
But the number
I
two
can relate
reason.
to that. I know that feeling.
But basically, what I'm saying is, the number two reason why Nick Saban
this is Mayhem Matthew
started was because Nick Saban lost 2 wide receivers in the national championship game. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I have not, Jerry. I've subscribed, but I have not watched it yet. I know Chess started up a new channel or whoever. Uh-oh. You're opening up Pandora's box, Matthew. Oh, man. Y'all are... Matthew called it a fine bomb. Dude, that's where your career starts, man. He went off the rail. He did go off the rails. I'm going to play, in fact, I'm going to play this one in case nobody's heard it. I'm going to play my first ever Feinbaum phone call. Hold on. This call, without it, I wouldn't be here on YouTube. So just to let you guys know. Call that started it all. It's got 101 views. I like that. It's been on almost 2 years. So this is from September 11th, 2019. I didn't say anything about 9/11 on that day or whatever, but I did. I had to talk to the man about my career in sportscasting. This was like before I lived in, like when I was still living with my parents and everything. And I was at least planning on going to what was HCC down there. So check out that mic. They got Paul an awesome setup. Here we go.
An honest conversation. Christian is up next. Christian, you're right ahead. You're on the air.
How are you doing, sir?
I am doing great. Thank you for the call.
Man, it's pretty hard to get in the show. I've tried calling a couple of times.
I guess I want to talk about. I kind of want to do what you do one day, and get a contract with ESPN, and
You sure about that?
just do what?
You sure about that after the first couple of minutes of this show?
I don't know, but I at least want to go into the sports, announcing and broadcasting business, and I guess I kind of got it planned out where I know where I want to go in the degree. My question is, after I get my degree, where do I start? Do I go straight to ESPN? Do I start on a small radio, as a guest, or
Yeah, okay, so you're 17. What are you still in high school, Christian?
Yes.
Have you done much? Tell me what you've been doing.
I'm in my senior year.
Okay, here's what I would recommend. I think. What are your plans beyond high school?
There's a local school nearby where I live. They got a program. I figured I'd go there, get the degree.
Well, I mean, I'm not. Let me offer you this, and I would tell any young person this. Get as much education as you can, but even more important than that, get as much experience as you can. And the more experience you get, the more people you're going to meet. And when you finally get around to trying to land a job, you'll be able to do a myriad of things. And that's really important, because in today's media world, those who can do a lot are going to be much better off than only having a singular skill, if you follow me. And one thing I would recommend is just try to meet people, stay in touch with people, including us here at the show. And I think that's a really good start.
Just reach out or whatever.
Yeah, but I think what you have to be able to do, there's no perfect resume to get a job, but once you start getting involved in various, whether it's play-by-play of high school, I have a friend where I live, and he does some sidelines on high school football. That got him into a radio station where he's met some people, and then that will lead to a bigger job. And you always hear you have to start somewhere. Where you do. But wherever you start, make the most of it, and then make sure you stay in touch. And gather as many contacts as you can. By the way, you're off to a good start asking us.
Awesome. Yeah, because like I said, like local community college, I just was figuring
I
out.
totally kind of
Okay,
ramble
it's
on towards
great.
the end.
And I'm like, do I start on a local radio station, go straight to ESPN? I probably figured I'd probably start local.
Hey, I tell you what,
like,
Christian, they're telling me I need to go to a break, but I want you to just stay in touch with us. Let me know what you're doing, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you anytime. Thank you very, very much. We're continuing with more calls. You want this job, it may be available in about 20 minutes.
That'll never get old, too. You want this job, it might be available in about 20 minutes. This will be good. I want to go ahead and look at this. No. I'll save this video. I gotta watch it. Mo Kiper's way too early. Big board. Why is the TV stopped? What is this? Mike says, do like I did when I was in high school and college, just write for the local newspaper covering high school sports and go from there. That's a great idea. That's something I want to look into for sure. I have been submitting some articles to places such as the Coleman Times here in Alabama. So believe me, I've reached out. I've submitted an article or two. If you guys follow along, I've written one or two things about Wallace State. Even if I write something on college football, just submit some stuff. Which I should probably get to thinking and need some ideas and everything, and try to write about some more stuff this week. But maybe get something this weekend or early next week, get something out. But yeah, I've reached out. I've emailed. I haven't heard back, but I've emailed the sports journalist of the Coleman Times, or the sports editor. So yeah. Again, why is this paused? Now I got to make this. I'm going to do. So something came up. I got something on Wednesday before church. So for conference week, we're going to do that like an early afternoon type of deal. So instead of what I actually planned on. Yeah, I'm still trying to work on getting in to see what I could do at Wallace, Mike. I'm not actually doing anything yet, but I've done. I don't know, Mike. Did you see the one I did last week or 2 weeks ago with the softball players? Though, yeah. Let's see. No, you didn't. I'm gonna put that in the. Go check it out, Mike. I wish I had had a microphone or something. It was kind of a windy day, but yeah, let me put that in the comments for you. I interviewed some softball players. Let's see. They were preparing for the Nationals, so I interviewed 2 softball players. It was my first time. I think for a first time it went well, but. So, anyway, I'll drop the link one more time. Give it a few more minutes. If anyone wants to come on, you can. So wait, hold on. What is SID, Michael? I don't think I've heard that acronym. Let me double check. Security identifier? That's not it. Hold on. Remind me what you mean by SIDs. Let's see. Looks like it's cleared up. We had some rain this afternoon. Looks like the deck is wet, and the sun's out. It's shining, so it's drying up a bit. The SID's office. Superintendent? Is that it? Or who are you talking about, Mike? Google says security identifier. A unique and unchallengeable identifier with a variable length used to point or identify a trustee. What's up, Adam Woodard? Is this the Weather Channel? It might as well be. How you doing, man? Roll Tide. Good to see you.
Okay.
Roll down Tide.
Let's see. Sports Information Department. Okay. That is who issues credentials for media to cover the games and keep updated of all the teams. Yeah. Okay. So basically the entire athletic department then. Okay. Is that Nakobe Dean? Anyway. All right. I'll give it till 5 o'clock my time unless someone hops in here. And then we'll end the show or the stream, whatever. asking Adam a question. I know that we're all 3 months out from the start of the 2022 season. Some concerns you might have for Bama this year. I know you're asking Adam, but if you're curious about mine, I'm concerned about the O-line for sure. And the secondary. I just hope those two do their job and they're consistent. Adam says the O-line and the defense. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the defense as a whole, but more so the secondary, because we got some young guys and some inexperience with like Eli Ricks. Yeah. Michael says for him with Purdue, can they finally get the running game going? Yeah, they didn't really run the ball too good last year. But you had Aiden O'Connell. You got King Doru. Remind me, I don't want to butcher his name. You got him, Xander Horvath, Dylan Downing, Samson James. You have a lot of different options at the running back position, but I'm curious who they start with. I'm curious who they go with, and overall, I mean, do you think the offensive line played a factor in the run game, or were the running backs just not stepping up, Mike? Oh, Horvath went to the Chargers, so he went pro. Okay. If Ricks can play, got in trouble, didn't he? Yeah, he did have like a DUI or something. I want to know what's up with that. I hope he can play. I think it was it was DUI, driving under the influence or something. Traffic-related marijuana possession charges in Mississippi. Yeah. I don't know why he was in Mississippi. During the spring, he should be in practice. No business being out there. Are you talking about for Purdue, or you're talking about what you're curious about Alabama, Mike? Because definitely the secondary and the O-line for Alabama, for sure. Oh, for Bama, okay. Saban gave him a spanking. That's awesome. All right, it's 5 o'clock here, 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to hang out. I'm going to watch the final hour of the Feinbaum show, see who else calls in, maybe see if I could get in the final minutes or so. I don't know. But I doubt. I have to dial up right now. But it was great hanging out with you guys today. It was great to have Jeff come on for a bit. Good to see people in here. Mayhem, Video Tracks. Of course, Mayhem. We had Cody, Jerry, Michael. Jeff showed up. Adam Woodard. Appreciate everyone for showing up. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. He's got an amazing plan for your life. Keep believing that. Keep the faith. And we'll see you back here next time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, like I always say. And until next time, Ballard Sports Media, check it out. Love y'all. Peace out. See ya. We gone.
Roll Tide!